everybody, welcome! My name is Kurt, aka the Vitruvian Gamer, and today we're doing a preview! Yes, a preview playthrough! Wow, that's the first. And this game that I'm talking about, or that I'm going to preview, is Crisis, a game designed by Pantelis Bouboulis and Sotiris Tsantaitilas. Wow, what difficult names! And it's published by Ludi Creations. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so welcome, and also welcome dun, 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 in Axia. This is the game board. This is Axia. Axia is, well, it's a land with a glorious past, a most uncertain present, and an even more unpredictable future. Yes. We are in Axia, this country, this land, and it's a crisis, a financial crisis indeed. And in this game, players are industrialists, and we are trying to, well, to survive in this economic crisis, to help Axia. We will do what we can to survive. And maybe, if possible, we can even thrive and see opportunities where others see only the crisis. Okay, so this is a worker placement game in which you have workers. Now, before I talk more about the game, first of all, this is a prototype. It's a nice looking prototype, but all the cards that you see aren't final quality. All the tokens that I'm going to use, I've taken from other games. The prototype came with cubes. I took some games that I have and took the pieces out of it. Now in the real game, let me zoom in a little bit. In the final game, as you can see here on the right side, the tokens will really have the shape of the certain resources that you have in this game. So that will be awesome. The workers, they will be meeples with briefcases in their hand. They will be industrialists. But the look of the game is already there, and I think that won't change too much by the end of production. Okay, so what is this game all about? Well, we are going to play maximum of 7 rounds. A maximum of 7 rounds? Yes, it's not certain. Now, I am going to play a solo playthrough. Well, you know me, I do solo playthroughs. And, well, depending on the number of players and the difficulty you want to play, you are going to take one of these cards here. And as you can see, there are plenty of them. We'll see at the symbol here. So this is for 1 player, and this means it's the easy version. As you can see, we have more versions: 2 players, 5 players. It goes up to 5 players indeed. But we take this card here, the easy one for the solo player, because I'm not that experienced with this game yet. So let's make it not too hard for us. And as you can see, it has a round counter here, 7 rounds maximum. And at the end, we are going to see if we survived, if we are surviving in this crisis. Now, the game ends after the 7th round, and we put a marker here on the first round on the card. Or we also have this crisis track, and that's this track over here in 3 colors. So depending on how good the economy is, this marker here will go up and down. Now, if this marker ever goes below 0, the game ends immediately. Now, it's not certain that we lose a game if it does. If we manage to thrive enough or to be stable enough, aka have enough victory points, at that moment we still win the game. So that's very interesting. Okay, so I also set up everything already. That means I've put my tokens and markers everywhere where they should be. We start as a starting player, of course, because I'm alone, with 22 million credits. Woo, millions, woo! We are first player, of course. So that won't change a lot, because we are first player always. We already have a temporary worker here, this Mr. Robot guy, that's on this spot. We also need some foreign workers that we might be able to hire in the future. And we put them right over here. Now, just a small thing here. And kudos to Rudy Creations for doing this. All these tiles, these worker tiles, they have a female and a male side. Awesome, awesome things. Alright, then the game comes with a bag to put the normal workers tokens in. Now I'm using a cup, so just draw 5 of them randomly. 4 and 5. Wow, that's a lot of engineers. And we put them here in those 5 spots. There we go. Now there are 4 kinds of workers. As you can see here, we have the guys with the shovel. Those are of course farmers. With the hammer, those are workers. We have engineers and we have bankers. So those are the 4 kind of people that are going to help us survive. I've also drawn 6 of these companies here from the first deck here with number 1. And well, the cards that you use is depicted on that scenario card here. So as you can see, first round we used level 1 stuff, and this is level 1. So that's what we did. We took the top 6 cards and we put them on their spaces here in the middle of the board. After that, well, we have all these tokens here. Let's move over here. So we have these tokens here also from 1 to 3 for the level, and we have removed 8 of them from the game, also from the level 2 tiles, and we have drawn 12 at random. Now we have 8 current trade tiles that they are called, and 4 future tiles, so we can see what's going to happen or what our options are in the future as well. I've also taken one of the warehouses, the one in my color up here. Now this card, you can use it to put your resources on it. You can also put them next to it. It just says how many resources of a certain type you can store at a certain point in the game. Alright, we start at 15 victory points. And we have put another marker here on 22, and then we have to look at this card again, because each round you have a goal. So we are trying to reach at least 22 points at the end of the first round. What the result of that is, I will tell you later as it happens. Okay, so I have event cards here on the right side in 3 colors. I have influence cards, those cards right over here, that I can get later. There are some multiplier tiles as well, and some, well, if you go over 50 million credits, you take one of these tokens, and you have some penalty tokens, some minus victory point tokens that you might get later. Well, let's hope we don't. Alright, and that's the setup of this game. So well, let's go play the game. I will explain everything while we are going through it. So, in a game, well, normally with more players, you have a starting player, and he will take one of his workers, one of his industrialists, and he is going to put it on the spaces on the board. Now, there are pretty amount of spaces. Each one of these symbols here is a space on which you can put a worker. Every space can only have 1 worker, except for the first 2 here, the big ones. They can have as many as you like. So let me start. I'm going to take a look at the board, and I will be right back with my actions. But before I do those actions, we have the first part of the round, and that's an event. Now, we have 3 colors of event cards. That means we have to look at the crisis track, and we are going to see in what color the track is at the moment we have to draw that card. So at this moment we are at 31, that's the rule, the game starts at 31, so that means we have to draw a green card. So we just take the top green card and we just do whatever it says. So this time we have corrupt counselors. Oh, alright, a member of the council needs you to pay to play. Yeah. So, first of all, we decrease the Axia financial status by 3. So we do that. That means we move this track here down by 3. So the state of Axia has changed. We are in the yellow now. Alright, then each player must pay a licensing fee of 2 credits per investment in a company. Alright, so if we would have already gotten some companies, we would have to pay for them. We are lucky, nothing to pay. And if we were unable to pay, we had to take one of these penalty fees per unpaid company. But we are lucky, only the financial status goes down, but it doesn't influence us at this moment. Alright, and now we go to the actions. Because we don't have the second phase at this moment, and that's the loan interest phase. So there is an opportunity to have loans in this game, to get loans. If you need money quickly, then you get a loan, and after the event you have to pay for your loans. But we don't have any, of course, at the beginning of the game. So let's start planning. We have 4 workers. Okay, let's see what will we do? I think I'm going to put one over here. I'm going to explain what it is as soon as we resolve all this shizzle. Let's see. Let's get one here on this building here, that company. Let's get one here. And only one left. I think I'm going to put, oh, my table is too long. I'm going to put one over here on the top there, on the power plant too. Now, I'm not sure if they will be numbered like that in the game. The names might change, I have no clue. Alright, so we have done our planning. We have put our 4 workers on the board. And now we go to the operations. And operations, that means we are going to resolve everything. And now it's time to take a close look at the board and see what everything does. There are 14 places here on the board, and we are going to do them by number. So we start at number 1. Now, what does that mean here? If there was a worker or workers here on this space, we will resolve that one. And then we go all down to the last one. Now, this one would mean that the players who put one of their workers there would get to draw one of these influence cards. Now, influence cards, there are things that help you or let you screw over someone else. I have no idea what we are going to draw, but at this moment I'm not going to draw anything. On the second spot, and they all have their names, by the way, this is Shady Business. Second is the Government Subsidy. Well, very easy. For each worker you put there, you get 4 money. So you put your marker on the money track 4 spaces farther ahead. Number 3 here is leadership. Well, what does that do? Well, first of all, if you have more players, you would become first player. So you put your marker at the front and all the others slide down 1 space. Plus you get 1 victory point, so you would put your victory point marker 1 space further. Number 4 here is the initiative, and with initiative you become second player. So if you were at that moment 4th player, you will become second and everybody slides down. Now if you are first player at that moment, because you were already, or because you did action 3 and you're also doing the 4th action, you slide down 1 space and the second player goes to the first place. Plus you get to draw another influence card here. And then we go down a little bit on the board. So space number 5. Well, space number 5 is the loan. So if you put a worker here, you get 10 credits. So you put your marker up 10 spaces. You lose 1 victory point because, well, things are quite thematic in this game. So, well, getting a loan is not good for the economy. They have to pay you 10. Okay, you have to pay them back, but, well, it's not always that great for a country to loan money. If you get a loan your first time, you have one of these markers at your space normally. You put your marker here on the number 1 space. That means you have 1 loan. You can get up to 4 loans in this game during one time, but for each loan you will have to pay during the second phase of the round, the loan interest phase. So that's what a loan does. Number 6, and we have one of our workers here. Number 6 is the domestic industry. So we don't have to pay victory points because it's good. We are going to buy it immediately from the domestic industry, and we pay the price for one of these resources. Now let's go to the other side of the board just to see the prices first. And here we have the price table. So I want to buy energy in this example. I need some energy. So as you can see, we have a cost here. So you can buy for 1 victory point and 1 credit, you can buy 1 energy. And these things get more rare and more expensive as you go down. Now, normally I should pay victory points, but in this case, because I do domestic industry, I don't have to pay that victory point. So I can buy 1 energy for 1 credit. So I pay 1 credit right over there, and I get 1 energy. When you have done your action, you take back your worker, your meeple, and put it in front of you in your space. Okay, next that we can do is number 7. Number 7 is, by the way, you can only buy 1 resource here. It also says times 1, so you can only buy 1 resource here. Alright, then you can get this guy. It's a temporary worker, so it's this robot. The biggest difference between him and the other workers is, well, if you get him, then he will go back to this spot at the end of the round. So he only works for 1 round, and he always is +1 bonus worker. Okay, then we have number 8, and those are the foreign employees. And well, that space is, well, for example, there's a farmer here. There are no farmers at these places here. So, and I could use a farmer, perhaps. So, if I want a farmer for real, I could get one from another country. Not good for the economy, right? Because you want to have your own people working in your country. Well, if that's not possible, you can get one there. They're always +1. What those numbers do, I'll tell you later. And you pay for them. You have to pay to hire them. You have to pay whatever the cost is on the color of the crisis track. So at this moment it's in yellow, so we would have to pay 3 credits to hire one of these. We're not going to. No, we are going to hire some normal employees. And I have here my fellow here below that, this worker. And it's just a simple one. It's a worker +1. We can choose a male or a female. Let's choose a female one. And well, we can just take it and put it in front of our spot. We take back our meeple. Okay, number 10. Action number 10 that we are going to be able to do is, well, are the companies. So we have these 6 companies. I have put workers on 2 of them. So let's take the first one. It's really too far away. There we go. So what happens now? So first of all, we have, of course, the name, and we have all these things. Those are important when we get the company. So that's the cost. So we have to pay 10 credits to get this one. It's expensive, but well, let's see. So we already paid 1 here, so we go from 21 to 11 credits. Okay, but it also gives us victory points. So we immediately get 4 victory points. We're going up to 19. Okay, what else? So this is just a spot to put your worker on if you want to get it. Now, some of these cars, these companies have this industrialist symbol here. If you ever, at the moment, have 3 of them on your cars that are in front of you, of your companies, then you get a 5th worker to use. But this is 1 already, so we just put it in front of us in our tableau, the company, and well, I'll show you it later. Okay, so we have chosen 1 more, the mines here, so let's take back that worker and let's take the mine. And again, we have to look here at the right top. We have to pay 10 more, so it means we're at 1 credit. Ugh. And we get 2 victory points, so we are going to 21. Okay, no worker here symbolized here. So let's put that down as well. Okay, that's it. That was number 10, the companies. Spaces 11 and spaces 12. Well, spaces 11 is import, so we can get some goods. We can import some goods. Now, importing goods, very simple as well. There are two ways. You can just get one per amount of cost, or you can get a bundle package of resources. Now, for example, if I put my worker on this space, well, let's put it on top of it now. So I would have, let's zoom in a little bit. Now I could get chemicals here, and this number says how many. I can do this once or twice, and I have to pay for each mineral, or each chemical, I'm sorry, I have to pay 3 victory points and 6 credits. So that's pretty expensive, of course. Yeah, 3 victory points. Yeah, but well, you import goods, so you don't support your own economy. That's not good for Axia, and that means you have to pay victory points. So and this space, well, for 4 victory points and 8 credits, you get 2 of those minerals and 2 energy. Well, we haven't done that, but let's zoom out a little bit again. What else can we do? Well, just below that is number 12, and number 12 is energy exchange. Now here we can buy energy for money, we can exchange food for energy, minerals or chemicals for energy. Okay, number 13, spot number 13 is here the production, and as you can see there is no space to put your workers on. No, because now we have to go to our companies and try to get something out of them. Okay, so these are our 2 companies. Now, I must be honest, I took the mines. Well, I took the power plant because I didn't want to risk not having that. I want the power plant, but I only have 1 worker. So now the workers come into play. So we have power plant and the mine. I'm going to ignore the power plant because I cannot use it this round. So each of these companies, they have an activation cost. So in this case, the mines, as you can see, they need a worker to activate. So the left side, you have the whatever you need. So we put down a worker there, but we also need 1 energy to power up the mines. So we have to pay 1 energy as well. And then we can activate the mines. Now, you see, we have more of these things here below. So you can also get assistance. So you can have workers there as well to get you worker bonuses. So for example, if we would have had this engineer here, we could have put 1 over here. All right. So let's first do it without this one. So now we have 1 worker. To activate it, we pay the energy. So we go see to the right side. That means we get 1 mineral. Now, this is not the right thing. This is from another game. They would have a different look. They are going to look like this more. All right. So we get 1 mineral. If we would have put this engineer here with the +1 here, then we would activate it, and we would go see, and we get 1 bonus. That means we would have gotten 2 of them. Now, if we had another worker, for example, right over here, like this, we would have gotten 3 minerals. So that can add up. Now, there is even better if we had an engineer that gave us +2, like this nice lady here. Well, that would give us +2 bonus already. So in this case, 3 minerals. All right. But as it is, we did not have a second worker. So we just got 1 mineral here. That ends our production phase as well. I can't do any more. I've taken a risk by spending 20 for companies of which I can only use 1, but we already have the power plant for next round. As you can see, I am planning to do something over here. You might have guessed already. Alright, let's go up a little bit here and let's see the last space here on the board is number 14. Now number 14 is the exports. Now we can export goods, which is good of course, and this works a little bit different because if you put a worker here you put it on the left always, and you're going to do this from left to right, so player order is not important anymore, it's how they stand here. Now if you do this, you can choose one of these 8 available export tokens, and if you take one you can now export up to that number of that kind of resource. And well, the money you get, well, you have get 2 options. You can export on the normal legal way, and then you get whatever says here below this symbol here, so you could earn victory points and money, or you can sell it at the black market. Now the good thing about the black market is you get more money on it, but it's bad for the economy, so you would not gain the victory points. Alright, so if someone has taken one of those tokens here, it goes away and this space is of course empty. Alright, and next players can choose between the others. Okay, we haven't done that, so we put it just back here. Okay, and that's the 14 actions. Wow, it seems like a lot, but it goes really fast. It really does. Now we go to the next phase, and that's the evaluation. Now we are going to count, well, going to look at our victory points and at the target of that round. So I'm going to zoom a little bit over there. Sorry for the shaking camera. And well, let's see, as you can see, we are at 21 points and the goal was 22. And we had our card here and the goal that the card said is 22. Now we are going to see, we are 1 below 22, so we are 1 short of the goal. Now we just take the difference of 1 and we put the economy, the crisis track down 1. Now if we would have been at 25, we would have reached our goal and we would have risen the track, instead of 1 down, 1, 2, 3 up, for example, back to 31, back to green. But as we did, we were 1 short, so we went to 27 in this case. Now with more players, you just do this for each player. It goes up and down until everybody has calculated their points, and then you have the status of the economy at that point in time. Okay, so that was round 1. So that means we are going for round 2 now. So we just slide our goal here to 2. We are still in level 1, so all the cards we will take are still level 1s. And we have a new goal of 26. So we put our marker here at 26 now. So each time the goal will increase. And if we manage to get 26 after the second round, we get a free influence card. Okay. What else happens at the end of the round? Well, we remove all of the workers that weren't, well, the employees that we didn't get. And we draw 5 random new ones. There we go. This time there is a farmer. Okay. What else? Well, if someone would have taken the temporary employee, that would go back. We remove all the cards here that were still available. And, well, we are still at level 1, so we take 6 new ones. There we go. Like that. Alright. Now, we also remove the 4 most left export tokens. Everything slides down. Like that. And we take the top 4 of these ones, and those are put at the right side. Now, if there are some spaces empty, you leave them empty. Then there are less opportunities. Okay, so that's the end of the round, the beginning also of the new round. And well, that was it for this video. This is the long introduction, of course, with all the rules, all the things that happen, all these action spaces. So I invite you for the next part 2, where I'm going to play a quicker round, of course, or maybe 2. And I invite you to join me there. Let's see if we can survive the financial crisis in this game. And, well, if this looks interesting for you, normally at the time I put this online, this game will be on Kickstarter, and well, you can find the link below the video to check it out, to see what it's all about, and well, to see if it's something for you. Alright, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. If you want, feel free to share this video, feel free to comment below, feel free to give me a thumbs up or to subscribe if you aren't already. Visit me on Twitter, I'm at Vitruvian Gamer, and well, thanks again. See you all in the uncertain future. Bye bye.